Hello and welcome to another video. So, as you've probably noticed, we're not in the Cairngorms anymore. So, back at Cannock Chase, my old, the old favourite. So, just come round, just really because, just have a nice little walk because it's ever so warm. Such a warm weekend. It's supposed to get to 23 degrees today. I mean, yeah, so all I've come down for is just have a little, see if we can get something on Redstarts, because the previous videos, quite a few videos ago now, probably 3 videos ago maybe, we were trying to target Redstarts and we ended up targeting pied flycatchers. So I'll probably check on the pied flycatchers, see if they're still around. I haven't checked since that video, so hopefully they are and they haven't been moved out of that nest or anything. And then also Redstarts, I want to see if we can, I haven't really got any. I've got a good photo from years ago, but now I look at it and I think, oh God, look at the noise on that. But with the right camera and the right, well, with my skills, but if they were what they are today, a bit better, I'd have liked to think that I'd have got an absolute stunning photo. But I'll probably stick that on the screen for you so you can see it. But don't judge the, don't judge it, because yeah, it wasn't the best. So I think I had a Sony. I think it was like an A5000 at the time with like some kit lens, like I think it was like a 200mm kit lens. So yeah, it wasn't good. I think it was quite low light as well, but yeah, making excuses now. So so yeah, it's just a bit of a point and shoot. I mean, there's plenty of bird song about. There's plenty of different species, and I've even heard a cuckoo in the background at one point, so we might target things like that as well. So whatever pops up, really, it's just a get out and enjoy the day kind of thing while the weather's nice. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy the video. Well, that should be pretty good. So same as before. It's going to be backwards, so I don't know why I've shown you that. Let me just flip around. See the common Redstart there on the Merlin app, so which as expected, because this is the area that I found them last time, so makes sense that they're still here. So I'm going to see if I can have a look around and find them. So I'm still in the same area where I saw that Redstart. You can hear it in the background, but it just seems really high up now. He moved off from the original branch, from the original bit of video that I showed of when I first saw him, and he seems like he's deeper in the trees, but just quite high up, and I can't really get an eye on him, to be honest, but I can hear him in the background. Also using the Merlin app, just because it's a song I'm not that familiar with. I seen a garden warbler. I knew it was a garden warbler by sight, I just didn't know by call. And so I got a little bit of footage of that, so I'll stick that on, because they're not always the easiest one to get footage of. They're quite flitty and quite secretive, but this one seemed to be happy to just sing on the branch quite close. So that cuckoo's really close still. And the thing is, the chase is really busy because it's a nice day. So many bikers, so many groups of people just walking past, and I don't blame the birds for wanting to stay higher in the canopy, to be honest, because there's just a lot of activity going on. But we'll persevere and see what we can get. I mean, you can see behind me, you can see why a Redstart would choose this area, because it's so, I feel like with Redstarts, the reason they choose a nest in over the water is probably due to the fact that they like insects more than most birds, probably. Not obviously quite as much as a flycatcher, but obviously that's probably why the areas are similar really for them. Obviously we've seen pied flycatchers along these streams before, and Redstarts seem to always, when I come across them, they always seem to be in that kind of area where there is a stream. and this is just another example why it's perfect for them. But this makes for a nice setting anyway to take your photos as well, doesn't it? So guys, I have to say, I feel like I'm struggling to give you the content today. I mean, you can hear the noise. I mean, there's a lot of noise and activity about, but I'm not going to start making excuses. I need to try and pull some out of the bag here. And also, I don't want to make videos and just only show you the success, because every video I film I send out, so really if there's like a limited success I just put it out anyway, because ultimately it's the reality of wildlife photography and bird photography. It's just, it never really always goes your way 100% of the time, so it's just the way it is, isn't it? And I want to show you that. So it hasn't been a total failure. I mean, I've seen, you know, the garden warbler and things like that, and heard the cuckoo, and we've seen the Redstarts, but I haven't really give you the footage that I wanted to. So it's getting really warm now, so I'm just worried that the bird activity might die off a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, I'm going to keep trying, see what we can find. Right guys, finally some success. You can probably hear that in the background. That's a Redstart, and he's literally, you might even be able to see him right in the centre of your screen, singing his little head off. And I tell you what, he's so obliging. We're not by the river anymore actually. This is a different Redstart, so I might have to put the camera down because God, he's in a good position. But there's actually a nest and he revealed the nest to me, to be honest. I wasn't even looking for a nest, I was just literally in the same spot. He just keeps moving across all these birches here. There's absolutely thousands of birches here. And this is where they actually had a fire many years ago. Well, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, if I remember correctly. So you can see all those birches in the background are just absolutely, they're not coming back basically. So it's a bit of a barren land, but all up the edge here, obviously it carries on for birches where the fire didn't quite get to. You can see there's fire damage, but the trees are okay, mostly. But just in these birches, there's Redstart, so just amazing to be able to see him this close, to be honest. And he's not moving more than, I don't know, 20, 25 yards away. So he just keeps going from perch to perch and he's singing non-stop. So I'm just happy I kind of stayed around that area. I was going to go and look for the cuckoo, and I kind of thought, no, I'm going to stick out the Redstarts, and I'm glad I did now, because I should have had some great footage to show you now. So I'll stick some of that on the screen for you to see, because the Redstart, I'm sure everyone will agree, is one of our best birds. And we do have resident Redstarts, but they are mainly a summer visitor, so it's just nice to see. Oh, it's just nice to see a load. So what about that? Some good footage there, isn't there? So some decent photos. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. I feel like I can get some better shots really. And he's happy singing away, so I ain't going to complain. I'm going to stay around for a little bit, see what else I can get. I'll stick more footage in for you to enjoy, and hopefully we've actually got a successful Redstart video, which was what it was supposed to be last time, until the pied flycatcher took that away from the Redstarts. But they seem to be helping us out now and actually being visible and coming down to some low perches, which is nice. So yeah, enjoy these images. hanging around with the Redstart. We had a visitor come along. It was a tree pipit, just had a load of nesting materials in its mouth. Didn't seem to like the presence of the Redstart, to be honest. So he kind of come along and was like looking around a bit, and now he's on top of a couple of trees singing, almost to say, this is my area, get out. So he's been landing on some of these trees up here. Now, because some of these trees are really tall, if you look up at that, if you land up on there, I'm just going to get a blown out picture of a Redstart where it's just going to be a silhouette. So luckily, because I'm on such a hill, and believe me, it's quite steep, I'm able to, whatever tree he chooses to kind of go on, I can just, so for instance, let me give you an example. If he's on this perch here, for example, if I just come up the slope just a little bit, that perch now is starting to become below that tree line over there, which helps having a high tree line over there, because if it was just flat, I'd have the same issue. I wouldn't really be able to correct it unless this was a really steep hill, and by which point I'd probably have travelled too far away to get a good picture. But I'm still like 25 feet away from that branch, so, and now it's put some greenery behind, which is also going to give me a great depth of field, which you'll probably have noticed on some of these photos. There's a great depth of field, and that's because there's literally nothing behind these trees, and they're on one little single perch, and I've just got that whole valley at the back, which is being blurred out. Obviously it's not going to be in focus, so yeah, it's working out really good, this area. Whereas if you're in more of a dense area like that, chances are you've got trees quite close behind your subject, so you're going to get that more, you can tell what the object is behind. Whereas the more distance you've got, the more blur you're going to get, and the better, normally the better the image looks, because it's just the bird crisp as anything on a nice crisp branch, and nothing else in the frame, just nice colours. You almost, as well, when you've got a bird on a perch like that, you want to be able to just step to the left, step to the right, and just find that really good background, just so you've got a multitude of colours. And it's worth, if they're going to stay on a perch like this guy is, it's worth just also literally just keep moving. Just keep moving. You might not think you've got good angles. You might not think you've got the best angle for the light as well, which I've found with this guy. It lets you experiment and see, right, I'm going to try it from this angle because the light appears to be from this way, because when the sun's not in, it's difficult to see where your light's actually coming from, like where's the actual sun behind all that kind of cloud. And it's a good light today. It's like a diffused bright day, so a few times you'll notice the bird's on the same perch, but I've kind of moved around a little bit to change the image, so I haven't got just one image that I can give you. I've got multiple images from different angles, and then hopefully the bird's turning as well, singing in different directions, his head's turning and things like that, which also give you a load of different images to go through. And you'll probably notice that there might be some images that are on the same perch but from totally different angles, so hopefully that comes across. But right, I'm sure you'll agree it's been a good show from the Redstart. You can still hear him singing in the background. This is probably where we're going to end the video. Obviously I want to end on a bit of a high after the previous fail with the Redstart, so I hope this has been an enjoyable video for you to watch. If it has, please like and subscribe. Please comment also, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.